Hey guys, what is up, and I welcome each and every one of you to a new Tesla update video. So let's go over the market, see what happened today. The market closes in just over a minute. Yeah, let's just see what happened today. What kind of day do we have today? What can we expect? All that good stuff as usual. So if you guys enjoy the video, if you find it useful, informative, whatever, then don't forget to hit that like button. Ladies and gentlemen, it does help quite a bit, but all that being said and done, let's not waste any more time and just get right into it. So the market ending off on a very interesting day. So today actually was a very interesting day for a few reasons. Number one, huge reversal, right? Absolutely like great push today across the market. Tesla up pretty much 4%. I mean, it's closing in a minute, literally 1 minute. But you know, about 4% up on the day, give or take, which is great, especially considering yesterday's move as well, right? So if you just count from yesterday's low to today's high, we went, oops, that's not what I want. Oh man, oh boy, oh goodness. There we go, my goodness. We moved about 10%, pretty much a solid 10% move from yesterday to today's high, yesterday's low to today's high, which is absolutely astronomical move in 2 days, right? That's like pretty ridiculous. Now, big question is well, what does this mean? What's next? Is this a trap? Is this a bull trap? Or are we just ready to finally rally? Well, I think you guys know what I'm going to say. I'm pretty sure if you watch this channel enough, you probably already know exactly what I'm going to say. I believe it's a bull trap. I think it's an absolutely gigantic bull trap. Not even just a bull trap. I think this is like a giga trap. The market's about to close in 5 seconds, and I think we are finally closed. So yeah, ending up the day 4.18%, it seems like, at $458.90. So guys, I legitimately think it's a bull trap. I really, really do. So there's a few reasons. Number one, Tesla's pretty much at the resistance now. The massive resistance that is, I really just can't see it breaking yet. We did get news today that apparently Berlin is going to start deliveries end of this month, which is actually quite bullish. That's fantastic. That's great. Like, that's amazing. Like, super. That's amazing. Like, seriously, it's great news. However, that's at the end of the month. We still have a few weeks before that happens, right? So, and there's just bad things coming up, in my opinion. So again, so taking a look overall, Tesla, you can see, you know, it's pretty much approaching that channel. The teal line once again, which I really think is going to be like ridiculously strong resistance. On top of that, we have tomorrow being CPI day, coming in at 8:30, I believe, an hour before the market opens, EST, 8:30 EST. Expected to be like 7.9, which is insane, and it's expected to be quite bad, like pretty bad. I don't think anyone's expecting that to be good news whatsoever. So that's going to be bad. On top of that, looking at just like straight technical analysis, there's a few things that you should be paying attention to. Number one, we're rallying, great rally too, 4.2%. Like, that's a freaking amazing rally. But look at the volume, guys. The volume is extremely low. We pushed 19. We couldn't even break 20 million volume. We pushed 19 volume right here. You can see. We don't really usually push. Like, it's not often that we have days like this where it's big volume. Let's take a look at an example of something similar. Right over here, you can see when we were chilling around this kind of 860 to 920 level. We dropped. Cool. What happened? We had 2 or 3 days rather of green essentially. But look what happened on those green days. You can see here, the volume decreased and decreased and decreased. In other words, we pushed up and rallied on lower volume. And then what happened in the sell-off? Sell-off on higher volume, right? Same thing happened here. As we're selling off, volume decreased. As we're rallying, volume increased rather, and then as we're rallying, volume decreasing. Keep that in mind, guys. Like, in order to see a push like this and have confidence in the push, just aside from like other things, like I said, the CPI thing, like the whole like Russia-Ukraine thing is still, of course, happening, etc., etc. Gas prices still skyrocketing overall, all that stuff. You want to see a rally like this with volume increasing, not decreasing. Decreasing volume on a rally is actually not always, but often a bait, a trap. And I strongly believe this is a trap. I really, really do. On top of that, we also have a gap from today that we just decided not to fill at 824. We almost filled it. We tried pushing down to fill it. Near the beginning of the day right here, you can see, right? The gap was right here, 828 or whatever it is. No, sorry, like all the way down here, actually, 824 is where we closed. And then we rallied. So the gap is at 824. And we tried coming down. We went down to like 832, but just said, yeah, you know what, screw that, and then just rallied for the rest of the day essentially. Which I really think this is just straight liquidity being built up for tomorrow's sell-off. Like, I strongly believe, I could be wrong, don't get me wrong, I'm not like, you know, some fortune teller. I've been pretty accurate overall in my opinion on my calls, But that doesn't mean I'm going to be right every single time. Like there will be times I'll be wrong naturally. If I was right on everything, well, that'd be insane. But with that being said, I'm fairly confident it's a trap. I really, really do. You guys know how I feel about Fridays. Tomorrow, I don't expect it to be a pretty day. Regardless, I don't expect the CPI numbers to be good. Again, if we come in at 7.9 or hotter, especially hotter, that's gonna be really bad. We're gonna probably sell off pretty hard. Like that's gonna be really, really bad. So keep that in mind, guys. That's essentially what I'm seeing right now. I really do think that this is gonna be a bull trap. I don't want to burst bubbles here, but again, I've always said this several times. If you're here for just for me to tell you, oh my God, guys, we went up 10% in 2 days. I think we'll go up another 20% tomorrow. No, that's not what my channel. That's not what my intentions are. I'm not here to mislead people. I'm not here to give people false hope. I'm here to give people the facts and people that are willing to learn, understand, and potentially play both sides if you want to, or understand that, you know what, there might be more pain ahead, but that's okay. Buy the dip, dollar cost average, not financial advice, or literally play the downside and get puts or sell calls, whatever. Right, that's essentially what I'm here for. And I hope that you guys have been, using that to your advantage, because we've been nailing a lot of these moves recently, which is really good, except for some. I mean, I nailed the moves. It's just some of them happen more extremely than I expect them to. I'll be honest. This market's insane, but that's essentially what I'm seeing, guys. Like, it really is. Like, this is a great push, and it feels like we kind of played out this head and shoulders a little bit here. Boom, boom, boom. Right? We kind of broke out, kind of around this general area. You can see here, something like this, I would say, give or take. Right, kind of broke out somewhere in this general level. So you can see usually the way it works is the breakout is to the low point, which, it's not always picture perfect, but, we kind of followed this rally a little bit. Could potentially go up more. Maybe it could be a little bit more of a trap, but I don't think it will be. But essentially, we kind of played out this head and shoulders slightly just off of this push today, in my opinion, which is good. Don't get me wrong. Great push. Amazing. But again, guys, be careful. Again, this is a very, 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 very volatile market. It's literally traps left and right. Like even today, there was a massive bear trap. Like that trap that seemed like we we're going to be pushing down to, at the very least, fill this gap. Like this right here. Because the second we opened, I'll show you guys what I was seeing. Where did we open? Here. So we opened right here, right? This is where we opened. This candle right here. We opened, chilling, pushed up, pushed down, chilled. Broke under, that's already a bad sign. Pushed up, made a lower high, and pushed down. This right here, I promise you, like I'm willing to bet money on it, was a bear trap, a huge bear trap. Like I'm telling you right now, on these candles, and especially probably like around this area, people were buying puts for sure, because people were, myself included. I mean, I wasn't buying puts, but I was pretty convinced that, okay, we're gonna probably gap fill all the way down here somewhere, right, 824. We didn't. We absolutely did not do it. And instead, we've just randomly bounced off of, not randomly, but we bounced off of this 832 right here, which ended up being kind of, a little bit of a support resistance right here. You can see we kind of bounced here and bounced here, and then just run straight up. And I promise you, people got absolutely trapped. Bears at least got trapped 100% on this little move right here. So keep that in mind, guys. There's a lot of traps in this market, bears and bull traps, like left and right. It's not just the bull trap, bear traps too, all the time, everywhere. Extremely volatile, so keep that in mind, guys. Just be very careful with, especially shorter termed or shorter dated options that, it's very easy to lose money in this market. It's also, you can make a lot. You can make an obscene amount of money if you know what you're doing, but it's very difficult to hold on and, have conviction in a certain move sometimes, especially if you're playing shorter dated options. Like it's very difficult to sometimes hold on to certain things. But yeah, all that being said and done, guys, that's essentially what I'm seeing at the very moment. Again, same with the QQQ and SPY. Like this is an even better example. Take a look at the QQQ. Selling off, volume, spiking hard. Like great spike on volume on a sell-off. Nice little rally today. Look at this volume. Half of like yesterday's volume. On a rally of 3.6% on the QQQ. Guys, first of all, number one, the QQQ doesn't usually just move 3.6% on a normal market. Obviously, we're not in a normal market, but the QQQ doesn't usually just move almost 4% in a day. The guys, that's ridiculous. It's moving like almost like a penny stock. These indices, it's ridiculous. But the fact that it happened on literally half the volume of yesterday's volume of sell-off is just like, that's very suspicious. Very suspicious. Same with the SPY. Not as low of a volume on the SPY, but like, it's just the volume is definitely like substantially lower than yesterday's or the day before's on the 2 days that we had the sell-off. Again, rallying on lower volume. Those tend to be not very high conviction. Keep that in mind, guys. Again, could be completely wrong. Maybe we just blast through to the moon tomorrow. Who knows? No one knows for sure. But if I had to take a guess, that would be my guess. So keep that in mind, guys. That's essentially what I'm seeing. Let me know what you think down below. And yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow and Friday, I think, will be pretty big days. Plan accordingly, guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys for tomorrow's update. Peace.